How? Oh wow! Don't I just look strange? Don't I look strange? Well, that's because I've gotta move the zoom back out. Hey, look at that! There we go. No, that looks bad. Hey, everybody. Sometimes these things happen. When you come back from a convention, things get just kind of like a little wonky, and you're out of practice. And look at that, we're back. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Kobold Chats. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I'm muted on Discord. There we go. See, I don't do it for a week and I immediately forget everything I'm supposed to be doing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Kobold Chats. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I use they, he pronouns. And, whew, boy, oh boy, it has been a very busy 2 weeks. I'll give it. You know what? I'm going to say 2 weeks because it was all of last week and then kind of bleeding into this week as well. So, hey, here it is. I hope you all are doing good. It's Friday once more. It's the middle of our day. We're about to go out into the weekend, and it's just gonna be kind of a chill Kobold Chats today. I'm just gonna let you know. It's like the kobolds are tired. We're exhausted. Our bodies hurt. It's whew, you know. It is what it is. You need some chill vibes? I'm glad so. Okay, how's it going, RPG Familiar? It's good to see you. It was good to see you at GenCon as well. Um, yeah. But here's the thing. I'm not here just by myself. I've tricked you. I've deceived all of you. You think it's just me here? No, it's not just me. There's two people here. It's me and our good friend, Zach. Hey, Zach, how's it going?
What's
Oh,
good,
no,
man?
your thing also got messed up. I'm going to fix it right now. It's okay. I'm pushing it. There you go.
There we go. I pushed it to the right direction, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, oh, my goodness. Hold on, wait. I need to make sure. Hold on. There's a thing that I don't need to monitor it. I do want to monitor it. Wait. Oh God. Oh, what did I do? What did
Am
I?
I frozen?
No, you're not frozen. No, this is a me issue. Where I'm hearing you twice, and that's because of how. It's been a long week, gang. We're all coming off of Gen Con. Please, just a wee bit of grace is all I ask while I try to figure this out. What is the thing that I needed to do so I don't hear you twice? But so that everybody else can hear you. Oh God,
There is the Discord stream and Twitch.
Yeah. It's the problem is I have to monitor you so that everyone else can hear you. And the thing, oh, duh, I remember the thing that I need to do. This is,
Oops.
I need to change the monitoring device so it's a thing that I don't have to hear. Boom, there we go, fixed. Can you
Done.
talk for everyone in the Discord chat just to make sure?
Hello, Discord. You guys probably see me in the chats, making sure you guys don't go off breaking rules.
Big sick. There we go. All right, everybody. Again, I'm so we're all we're all sleep deprived. We're
Oh,
all
emphasis on deprived.
truly. For people who don't know who you are, Zach, let them know who you are.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. My name's Zach. My pronouns are he, they. I am the community and social media manager here at Kobold Press. My job is interacting with all of you, keeping you happy, and also making sure you guys don't do big bad no-nos. I also am one of the people kind of spearheading Project Chiron. And yeah, I also make all of our silly, funny memes. I barked at a Kobold Creates post on Twitter the other day.
That's so
Yeah,
true.
that's my job. Nice to meet you.
And then our CEO retweeted.
Yes, and then our CEO retweeted me barking at a partner.
Man,
We work at tabletop, guys.
we make games for fun, so
Yes,
it is what it is. Oh no, I heard the Slack notification. I'm gonna mute that so nobody else gets confused. I swear it's my Slack, not yours. Whew, all right, you know what, let's just get into it. We got some things to talk about. Thanks, Jiro, for letting me know. So first and foremost, emphasis on most. If you don't already know, the Labyrinth Worldbook is hitting Kickstarter sooner than you think. We have the notify link out on Kickstarter. Hold on, let me pull that up for all of you. Let me. Oh no, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna mess up? Is it not gonna do the thing that I want it to do? Because if it didn't, that'd be like really sad, and I'd cry about it probably. There we go. It's been a week, gang. Thank you all for sticking with us. The Labyrinth Worldbook, yes, it is coming sooner than you think. It is it's Kobold Press's first setting guide for Tales of the Valiant. This is the setting for Tales of the Valiant, and it's not just our setting, it's all of our settings, because it is every single world you can imagine all in one. This is our multiverse, gang. This is the multiverse. This is the space between spaces. You want a fun world hopping game where you can go from your homebrew campaign to Ravenloft to I'm trying to think of other campaign settings. Can you think of any? Faerun.
Faerun. You can go to pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere you can think of.
Tatooine.
If you want to go to the Star Wars universes, you can do that. This is the space between spaces. It's got it's got so much in it.
It is truly crazy how vast one the world book is, but two, how unique and I always want to use the word iconic because of our iconics. How iconic the adventure book is going to be.
Right, because it's going to have adventure hooks in there. It's going to have cosmic level factions of people who are fighting over who gets to have control over the multiverse as the void slowly encroaches and corrupts the worlds. You've got factions, you've got planar scaling creatures and monsters to fight. You've got the rivers, you've got coins to the river Styx, you've got keys that allow you to open portals between world. Like, there's so much that's going to happen in here that either you can do a huge world spanning, world hopping kind of game, or you can just take bits and pieces of it and slip it into your world if that's the kind of game you want to run. There's just so much stuff going on. A little planescape, the map for our for the Labyrinth is actually bonkers. I think it's in Guide to the Labyrinth,
so
right?
Pretty. It is, and what people don't know is it's actually getting an even cooler looking version.
Okay.
In Labyrinth Worldbook.
Wild, because it's already
I know. I'm like, when I found that out, I was like, wait, it can look cooler?
How can it look cooler than that? If you all haven't checked out the Guide to the Labyrinth PDF, please go do that. That'll give you a brief little insight into what the Labyrinth is going to look like, and also like what you're going to be able to find in it. And also you get to see the map of the Labyrinth, and it's chef's kiss. It's chef's kiss.
It's so good. So good.
They say your mic is a little low. I'm going to boost you up. There you go. Boost. There you go. Cool. Thank you for letting us know. If the map of a labyrinth isn't bonkers, you're doing a labyrinth wrong. I agree. Daedalus would be proud. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
I'm hoping David Bowie would be.
I also hope David Bowie would be. Yeah. But be on the lookout for that. Go click the notify me on launch so you get notified on launch, because there's also, I don't know if we can talk about it right now, but there's gonna be some little special goodies for if you're one of them early backers, which I hope I get a prototype because I just want one.
I'm just excited to get the 3D render so I can start posting about it.
Yeah.
But yes, guys. We have to be elusive here, but
soon.
Let's just say nothing is free.
Nothing is free, especially if you're trying to travel through the labyrinth.
Yes. So make sure you back early. Make sure you back it up. I believe it's a physical tier within the first 48 hours. You will get access to something very, very cool.
Yes. It's so good. It's so good. We gotta stop talking about it because I will accidentally just say what it is. So
Okay.
so we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Next up, Book of Ebon Tides. It's on D&D Beyond. That's yeah. It's on D like
That's
it's
it.
yeah. It's on D&D Beyond. You can go check it out. Hold on, I've got a link to it right here. Um, if you don't already know what Book of Ebon Tides is, this is another setting book, actually. It's a 5th edition setting talking about the Shadow Realm and dealing with a lot of like shadow corruption. It's a lot of Fey politics, which I'm a big politics person, love that. But also just like the weirdness of the Fae as well, like a like very traditional, like mythological, like hey, don't accept food from the fair. Don't eat food in the fair realms.
Don't take their trinkets.
Don't take trinkets. Never accept a gift. Don't tell people your true
Don't owe them a
name.
favor.
Yeah, don't. It's that kind of stuff that I think adds just like a little bit of like fun to any kind of like role play scenario with like dealing with fae, because you're always stepping on eggshells or walking on eggshells, however it's said. Um, it's a
I think both
little
are valid.
it's yes, yeah. It's a little. It could be a little Elden Ring. Ooh, there's also the bearkin in it, which is fun. You could or
Yes,
the
the
bear folk,
Bjorn.
the Bjorn. That's a good name. I didn't even know that was their name.
Yeah, the Bjorn.
That's so good. Uh, if you want to be a big bear, there's rules for it in Book of Ebon Tides, and also now in D&D Beyond. So if you're making characters, you want to pull from like our pantheon, our spells, our class options. It's gonna
And
be
I
good.
know all of you Baldur's Gate 3 folk really love your bear people. So let's get on that. Let's add that to the adventure party.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey Ben, I'm also very stoked about the world book. I want to get my grubby little paws all in them pages.
Your grumbly little
My
Bjorn paws.
my grubby little Bjorn paws all in them pages. I you know what? As a bear myself, I love bears, but I also like being a bear. Winnie the Pooh is right there. Uh, very bearable. All right, okay, bear. But we gotta move on because now it's bear puns.
Oh gosh, what have
Uh,
we become? What have we done with
what have
ourselves?
we done with ourselves? Okay, next up, Project Chiron. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this because you're already taking the reins on it. What is Project Chiron?
Absolutely, Kendo. So, for those who don't know, Project Chiron is your peek into the future of Tales of the Valiant content. Essentially, Project Chiron is Discord exclusive playtesting. It's playtesting for future products. These can be at various levels, whether they're Kickstarters, biweekly PDFs, all those sorts of things. Our first pack is actually going to be coming out very soon and is going to feature just shy of 100 monsters. So I highly suggest you go ahead and join the Discord. You react in the React for Roles chat to the limited time role Project Chiron playtester, and you get access to those channels so you can start playing with and submitting feedback on those new creatures the second they become available.
Mm-hmm. And I think like this highlights a thing that we talked about a lot like we had people like coming up and talking to us about um at Gen Con, especially around Tales of the Valiant, but in general about Kobold Press, is that like the fact that we do so much with our community and like doing like this kind of like public play testing and allowing people to be a part of the process of like the books that they are going to want to be playing at their tables is like it's just so huge, I think, and like something like I wish more companies would do, right? Because how else are you going to make like video games have been doing this for decades.
I know, right?
Like like who would have thought if you talk to the community and let them have like some feedback on the things you're making, you're just going to make better stuff, right? Who would have thought?
Yeah, and people don't realize we actually already did this. We called it Project Sparkle. We did this back with Deep Magic 1, the new Deep Magic 1 and Deep Magic 2, when those were kickstarting. And then we also did public playtesting for Tales of the Valiant back when it was Project Black Flag. So playtesting has become like this recurring key component and pillar to our process, not only because we want to have the most refined and the best product that we can present, but also we want your input because this product is for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want you to shape how the product you want to own is. So it's a really important piece of the process, and we're very excited to get it started.
Yeah, 100%. We have a question in chat. Are they all new monsters, or are some of them from Tome of Beasts?
They are, I'll just say the number. They are 94 new monsters.
That's a that's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
new monsters.
yup. And I can't commit to numbers right now, but there also should be some player options in this first packet as well. So you'll have lots to test. Technically, you should be able to do like a full combat encounter with all playtest material.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. It's editorial.
Okay, I
They're
hate
doing
this
great work.
pun. I hate this pun.
What?
No,
What's the
the
pun?
Torin, one of our con GMs,
Oh,
was
hey,
like,
Torin.
is there a white monster for Zach? Because everyone knows I'm chronically addicted to Monster.
Oh my god.
Torin, you're done. You're done,
We'll have
bro.
to ask Megan in the editorial team specifically. Hey, can we get something for Zach out here? Maybe something that something that adds
Resembles a
haste.
can of Monster Energy.
Maybe that could be
It's
a
actually
potion.
it's a Monster Energy mimic.
Oh, so you die is what you're saying. You
I mean,
fall.
if you drink enough of them.
You fall. I mean, if you drink enough of them, you die anyway. So yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. Um. Do you have any info? I personally don't have any information
We don't make
about
Mistborn.
that. We don't make Mistborn. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We don't make Mistborn. I have no idea what's going
We
on
saw
over
their
there.
booth. It was like 2 aisles over from us. It looked
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and
Their signage was really cool. Um, but yeah, we don't make Mistborn, so I don't really have any info there.
yeah. I'm sorry. Um. Hey, welcome in, Frog Prince. We're Labyrinth Worldbook and Chiron related. No, they are separate things. So the Labyrinth Worldbook is our next Kickstarter for first Tales of the Valiant specific setting. It's Tales of the Valiant. It's fifth edition compatible, obviously, but this is like the one we are making for Tales of the Valiant. You can go hit that notify link to get notified on launch. Project Chiron is specifically our next play testing for future things as well. So no, they are not related other than Tales of the Valiant and fifth edition.
Yeah, for context, all of the Labyrinth Worldbook content has already gone through playtesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you should not need to. Sorry, you should not need to. You won't actually be touching any of the options within Labyrinth Worldbook, monsters or player options. These are specifically for products that are coming out in 2025.
Mm-hmm. I like the spine of the Labyrinth World book. Are they going to all be like this for TOV to match? That's a great question that I don't know for. I think like the Valiant logo at the top and the Kobold Press little Giro at the bottom might be consistent. But
I believe it's going to be.
yeah, I feel like it feels like it will.
I
And
only have my
honestly,
limited editions right now, so I don't have a proper comparison.
yeah. Yeah. But I agree. I also like that. We were actually at GenCon, we were talking about, because you get to see, when we don't often get to see all of the books lined up other than on our own shelves, and so
Yeah,
being able to see the spines and like the bold blue colors of Tales of the Valiant, it's, it's chef's kiss. It stands out. It's just great. Um, Oh, thanks for answering that question. Is TOV
of
coming to
course.
Roll20? It is in the works. I don't have any more information other than that because Roll20 are the people who are doing it. So once we have information from them, we will tell you. But it is going to be on like we have plans. We're working with them. It is going to be on Roll20. When? That's a Roll20 question.
I actually got to see a little bit of it in action during our meeting with Roll20 at Gen Con this past weekend. So
Ooh.
what I'll tell you guys is it's looking good. It's looking awesome. It's looking sick. The character builder is really what's holding us up because the differences of a Tales of the Valiant character versus a 5e character. We want to make sure that you have access to all of those options in the most sleek, unique, and accessible ways possible. So that's just currently like what our big holdup is. But yeah, it's coming. It's on the way.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, so that's Project Chiron. We'll do a brief thing. We had a release this week, and that is Book of Hexcrawl, Part 5. Hold on, wait, let me make sure I did the thing because I'm not looking at it. Yeah, I did. Look at that. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Okay.
You are so cool. I need you to know that you are so cool.
Thank you. Book of Hexcrawl, Part 5. We've talked about it before. We've talked about the previous iterations of this as well. We've had, everything from mapping to factions and stuff. But this one is specifically about encounters. And you know what you could probably expect in here? Probably a lot of tables, I imagine. But you can go get this over on the Kobold Press store for $3.99. It's a nice little PDF. It's 12 pages. Let's see. Explore the world, see the sights, and try not to get killed. Now that you've prepared your map, a whole world awaits the muddy, well-worn boots of your adventuring party. The 5th installment of the Book of Hexcrawl is all about filling in the empty hexes of your map with stuff to do. This 12-page PDF Book of Hexcrawl Part 5 Encounters gives you step-by-step instructions on how to put iconic sites, landmarks, secrets, and random encounters on your hex map to build a lived-in world. Give each hex a landmark, the thing that it's known for. These locations help players navigate and help you build out the world. Exploration has risks. Insert hidden encounters to reward players for taking their time on the journey. Build your encounter tables, tie them to the regions you make, and flesh them out with hooks and rewards to encourage your players forward. It's a big world, Hexcrawler. With Book of Hexcrawl 5 Encounters, it's time to see what's out there. Ooh, that's so good. And I think also, I've talked about, before, my love of wow, I wish my brain would work right now. My love of, oh god, it's the kind of game where you use hex crawls like traditionally. It's a lot of people playing the game, only groups of them go out at a time. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. Come
You don't know West
on.
March?
Yes, thank you. West Marches. Oh my God, everybody came in. Thank you, everybody. I love West
I
Marches.
didn't want to speak incorrectly.
No, you were correct. I love everybody running to the chat going, West Marches, West Marches, West Marches. Yes, everybody. South Marches? Ooh, I'm sorry. It's not South Marches, but it is the best Marches.
Survey says,
But I love West Marches. I ran one. I ran several back in college, and I think one of the more exciting things, right, is when players are like, hey, okay, we know that this thing is this direction. We want to go that way, so we're going to go through these hexes this way, right? And being able to fill each one of those, because there are a lot of times where we would be like, okay, hey, you're going here, you got to go through all of these, and then they would stop before they get to their final destination because something really, really interesting happened, or they found something really, really cool before they even got to the place that they wanted to get to, and it became a whole new story just based off of oh, they came across this shrine where a monk was standing outside who was like, all right, who wants to duel me, and figuring out what the hell is going on here, right? It's there's so much that can happen out of nowhere because of the kinds of encounters that you can put out there for them to encounter before they get to their final place. And a book that just helps me do that better. Come on. It's so good. I kind of want to run another West Marches. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be dope. It'd be really good. So yeah, that's that. You could go get. Did I already put the? Yes, I put links in places. So yeah, you can go check out Book of Hexcrawl Part 5, the PDF, over on the Kobold Press store. That's that. I do want to. I didn't write it in here. I want to give a brief shout out to the newest blog post that came out today. The Sunseekers, a faction of undead for your home campaign. That's just cool. I saw the title and I thought it was cool. So I'm just going to put this link in here. We're not going to do a huge, oh no, I copied and pasted the same thing. That's not what I wanted.
Kendo.
Oh no, I'm struggling.
Embed fail.
Wait, what? Hello?
It's crazy.
Wait, huh? Why is, huh? 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 Oh. You all
You need
see?
me to grab it?
I'm on it. I'm copy, paste. Copy, paste.
There you go.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what was
Also,
going on.
shout out that Mummy Lord art. That Mummy Lord art is so cool.
It's so cool. It's so cool. This, like, ugh. I love the faction, first and foremost. Faction of undead, my favorite kind of creature, even better. So,
Hell yeah.
like, can't go. Wait. There's another one in here as well. In Midgard, the Troop of the Diamond Sky. What?
Oh.
Hey, for all of you people out there always asking for Midgard content, there's a faction in here. Go look at it.
And it's written by Kelly Pollock. She's a Midgard writer. Might as well be canon.
It's basically canon.
Basically is.
So go check that out over on the Kobold blog. You got the link now that I figured out how links work, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And so other than that, let's take the rest of this time to just talk about how awesome GenCon was, right? I'm going to take us to a scene that it's just me and you. Just being. I shouldn't have brought us here. Oh, this is a terrible cursed place. Where nothing is right. This is a terrible cursed place. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Why did the great evil is here? Hey, guess what? It's fixed.
The great evil is no longer here.
The great evil has been defeated. Oh my goodness. Okay. Zach, how was GenCon for you?
It was amazing, bro. It was honestly so validating and gratifying, and it was just we were there for a total of 6 days. It was 6 days of just hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and insanity.
True. Facts. I flew in Tuesday morning. You and Dot drove 11 hours?
She drove 8, I drove 6.
Okay. So 14 hours in total.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Got there on Tuesday. We had booths set up on Wednesday. Con started Thursday all the way through Sunday when we tore down, and then we went home on Monday.
Yeah.
It was a long it's long, but honestly it was great. It was my first GenCon, as I keep saying. And it was so cool. It was so cool. But both to we all work remotely, right? So
yes.
we very rarely get to actually see each other in person. So it was cool to get to see all of the kobolds all in one place, but also so cool to be able to see the community. There were so many, there were a lot of you who come and listen to Kobold Chats who came up to the booth while I was working. It was like, oh, hey, I know you from Kobold Chats. And that's a wild thing to experience. That's such a wild thing to experience. But it also was I think it's a very great reminder, at least for me, that it's not just we're not just doing this for nothing, right? We're doing it for dope people. All of you out there.
All you little kobolds.
All you little kobolds out there. And it was, I don't know, it was super, super cool. Tell us what org play was like this year.
Oh, dude, it was so cool. So, not everyone knows this. We didn't do it last year because we wanted to really prioritize playtesting Tales of the Valiant.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually wrote an adventure exclusively for Gen Con called The Haunting of Ironwood Thorpe. And it was this really cool, like if you know the story of Roanoke in American history, it's very like akin to this like ghost town, very creepy mystery, noises in the woods type beat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so cool getting to watch people play that. We got to use our map tiles, which was so sick. Getting to see those in action, like I'll tell you guys, like there are so many products that ttrpg companies create where you're like, how often does that actually get used, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
how often does that actually prove to be useful? The map tiles, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
The way that you could actually just craft an adventure purely out of them, on top of the way that we market them, which is just tagging them onto your map to create a different route.
Mm-hmm.
The way that we were able to actually like just create adventures out of these things was so sick. Very, very cool. We ran just shy of 300 games, over 700 players playing Tales of the Valiant this past weekend. It was so sick. Another thing that was super cool that we did was we actually sold tickets this year where it included a signed player's guide.
Mm-hmm.
So before we even started Gen Con, 75 people already had the player's guides in their hands. It was super cool to see. Yeah, it was just so sick. We had a line going up the door almost every
Yes.
session.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw that video on our Instagram story, but people were literally lined up the door.
It was so good. And the amount of people who came from org play to the booth to be like, Tales of the Valiant was so much fun. Like I had so much fun doing this. I need a copy. Was just like it just shows like, hey, the game is good, gang. The
Yeah,
game is good. But also like seeing people so excited, like from being able to like participate in that and like be able to be like, hey, I like me and my friends. We were able to sit down, play a game at this convention. Had so much fun that we want to continue this, take it home and do it. It's like that's just it's so cool to see. We sit so much time mark you and I marketing this game, being like,
yes. Oh my
trust
god.
us, it's good. Trust us,
Yes.
it's good. That it's like
Try
when
it
it
out, please.
right that when it finally happens, it's like, oh, see, this is what we were talking about. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see. um I outside of running the booth in I
Yes,
also
please. I want to hear what a first time Gen Con experience is like.
my first time Gen Con experience. So tragically, I didn't sign up to do a lot of things outside of doing, what I was doing for work, right? Um, so we had the three panels that we did. We did the making of the TOV panel, which was Thursday, which was not a great day to have that panel because there was the huge line of people trying to get into Gen Con up until the end of the first day of Gen Con. So it's
I
like,
need you guys to realize will call typically shuts down at 7 p.m. They
mm-hmm.
were going until 2 a.m.
it
That's how long will call line was.
it was there were so many, and like Gen Con was sold out as well, so it was so many people. um and so the first day, it was still a great panel. We have it recorded, so that will be going up. I'm going to try to have it up by Monday of next week, where it was me, Mark, our art director, Dot, our marketing director, Kim, our sales manager, Celeste, lead designer, and then Wolfgang, our CEO, all talking about the process of like how, like, what it was like making Tales of the Valiant, getting it out there, and like things that they were excited um about the game. So you'll be able to see that on our YouTube whenever it goes out. This hopefully I will definitely try to have it out by Monday. So you all will be able to see that. And it was fun, like, right, it's like, again, a cool thing to be able to get to see people who were excited about Kobold Press, excited about Tales of the Valiant, be able to like sit there and talk to and like ask questions to the people who helped make it. That was a lot of fun. Our second panel was the Kobold panel for role playing, where we had some amazing people from across the space. We had Stella Luna, who was also one of our VIP GMs this week, or during the week of GenCon. We had Candace. We had April Raygun, and then we also had B. Dave Walters, who were just like talking about like their experiences of like how did they get into role playing, just like in general, but also like how they prepare themselves for role playing, how they navigate conversations of like collaborations and play, and like how also like how like they have to sometimes like, you know, as a performer, either at a table in a home game, or like if you are a person who is looking to do it like as performance and like get into it, like how you have to advocate for yourself at times, and like how do you navigate those conversations. It was really, really cool to be able to talk to them about that. And there were a lot of people who walked away from that panel specifically who came up to talk to me and some of the others, saying that it was the best panel that they had ever been to at any Gen Con, which was a wild thing to hear. But I'm super glad that they got that like experience.
Baby, Kobold's on
Let's
top.
go! Kobold's always winning out here. Tragically, my phone did not have the space to be able to record that one, so tragically that is not one that will be on the YouTube, but I'm sorry to say that. But it was I hope that we will carry that same kind of energy and stuff into the next year. What was the other one? Oh, our Kobold panel for art and TTRPGs. We had again Mark Radel, our art director, Brian, the art director for Hit Point Press, Nala Wu, who is the art director for Hunters Entertainment, and then Fabian Lele, who is a freelance artist who has worked with Hunters Entertainment and a bunch of indie TTRPGs as well, talking about what is it like, you know, doing art for tabletop RPGs, and like what is the process of, again, like that collaborative process of like working with, like as an artist with art directors, and then also art directors working with artists, and also the company at large, and like what excites them about doing art for tabletop games. And then it was also just like a space for a lot of those artists there to like network with each other and like be able to like say and like figure out like, hey, how do I go about this process? Like, how do I like reach out to art directors and stuff like that and get my work seen? It was super, like, people stayed behind like 15-20 minutes after the panel just like talking with each other and like exchanging information. It was so cool. And like that was ultimately like the biggest thing for me at Gen Con, right, is seeing people be able to connect with each other either on a professional level or just on a personal level to like talk about these things that we spend so much time, energy, and money like loving and being able to do. It was super cool being able to see all of that. And that was most of my Gen Con, right, was just talking to people and getting to see all of that. And honestly, I don't know a better way to spend it, you know?
Dude, Gen Con is one of those experiences where there's nothing really like it. They call it the 4 best days in gaming. I call it the 4 most intense days in gaming. Whether or not those intense days turn out good for you or not is very person to person, right? Uh, but between all of the amazing play that we got to see, I mean, just seeing all the cheers and the laughter and the smiles, as well as seeing all the people walking away with books. I cannot tell you how many people came from Wordplay were like, can we get where are the rest of the kobolds? I want to get my player's guide signed. uh just having everyone actually uh like just show their love for Tales of the Valiant, show their conviction and their enjoyment of our system. It's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. There's truly nothing like this in the world. Um, but yeah, it was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's. Yeah, there's nothing like it. I think. Like I certainly can't, and that's been my experience with. I mean, what PAX U, What was the other one? We went to GameCon Canada. Um, that we hold on. Zach, is there a way for you to turn up your volume? They're saying that you're a little low. I don't know
I
if.
follow you.
Yeah.
I could bring my mic a little forward.
Yeah, that might be best.
Okay, I can start talking like this. There we
Yeah.
go.
There
I'll
you go.
lean in a little bit.
Lean in just a wee bit. Um. Yeah, but no, that's what like PAX U from last year, GameCon Canada, and this has just shown me like it's so like got that gamer lean is just been, I don't know, it's so cool to be able to like spend time actively like playing games with people and like talking with them about like I at the very least wouldn't be doing this if I didn't genuinely love tabletop RPGs and like and playing with people and like hearing their stories about the games that they're playing. It's so cool. And then also just like being able to like walk through a space and see so many people like playing Magic the Gathering, like playing board games, and like there was nowhere you could go in the convention, regardless of where you were, where you couldn't see people like sitting down with their friends and playing games that they loved. It was, yeah, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
No, yeah. I will say, and I mean, one thing that I'll say this is a tidbit about Gen Con. Thing that my favorite thing about this that I love this year for
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the kobolds
Mm-hmm.
is, one thing I really love about our workplace is that we all are like genuinely just like friends,
Oh yeah.
right? Like we vibe, we hang. There's like days where we just spend the entire day in co-working on Zoom talking to each other, and that's not something a whole lot of workplaces have. The way I know, not only from the amount of time I spend in co-working with Kendo, that we're friends, is that every night after we got back to our hotel room, after the absolute exhausting experience that is Gen Con, is we both looked at each other and we went, Gundam?
Gundam,
Gundam.
and we would go to bed watching Mobile Suit Gundam, and to the point like we'd wake up and it was still on.
It was still on because we both just love this dang show so much. So that's how I know, even if I didn't have Kobold Press, me and Kendo would still be homies
Yeah.
because our love for Gundam is undying.
Honestly, the Knights of Gundam was it like carried us through. I think like just being able to like sit down, like decompress from all this stuff, and then just watching Amuro Ray have the worst day of his life on repeat was it was good. It was just so good. Um. Oh. Let's
Looks like we have
see.
some con questions.
Yeah. Are
Kendo, are
we?
you going to Dragon Con?
I'm not going to be at Dragon Con. I'm going on a little vacation at the end of this month.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to the Poconos, in which
Poconos.
I learned is in Pennsylvania. I've always heard people be like, "I'm going to the Poconos." I'm like, "Oh, that's some island somewhere," and it's like, no, it's in the middle of Pennsylvania.
I
But
also, when you just said it just now, thought you were like going to some place akin to the Bahamas.
yeah, no, right. It sounds great. But yeah, no, I'm going. I'm going with Fabian, because it's Fabian's birthday.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah,
happy early birthday to Fabian.
yeah. So I'll be going there. Me, like actually a bunch of people from the tabletop space. Like we're all going.
Oh, so sick. So sick.
So it's gonna be dope. So tragically, I'm not going to Dragon Con. Kobold Press isn't, to answer your question, Scout. We Kobold Press is not going to be at PAX U, unfortunately, but I believe both Zach and I are planning to go.
Yes.
So you'll still be able to see some kobolds at PAX Unplug, but Kobold Press as an organization will not be there. But hopefully we'll still be able to see some kobolds out there in the wilds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will also say we are not the only two kobolds that will be in attendance.
Yes.
It's just we will not be boothing or hosting panels.
Mm-hmm.
So PAX U is kind of gonna be our young and scrappy convention where we're showing up in a pack versus in a warren.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones. I'm going to be at Big Bad Con, and if anybody's going to be out there, I'll be there. I've maybe packed my schedule a bit much with panels and a workshop that I'm running. Game Hole. Aren't you going to be at Game Hole, Zach?
Yes, we're actually running games at Gamehole. Event registration opens up August 17th, and you will be able to sign up for any of our Tales of the Valiant games. We're both going to be running Sunken Pyramid and Dibs Wagon of Doom all 4 days. I'm very excited. Both me and our COO, Alexander Standroom, are going to be in attendance. He's also got his more exclusive private tables that he'll be running. But yes, we will be at Gameful this year. It's very exciting. We won't be boothing, but we will be running play.
Nice. Amazing. So yeah, there's still plenty of chances to see some kobolds out there in the wilds this coming year. So yeah, that's us on that. Anything else you want to say about Gen Con?
My feet hurt, man.
Same.
My feet hurt. Like they still hurt.
The next the next 2 days after we came back, like my arms. So okay, fun Gen Con story. When we were tearing down and we were taking stuff from the org play room back to the booth so we can put them on the pallets to take them back. We had to take everything in like the big like utility carts, right? And so we were taking it like we had to take them up the elevator from the org playroom all the way across the JW Marriott through the Sky Bridge connecting the JW Marriott to the convention center, and then we were going to take them down the elevator again and then all the way around to the exhibit hall because we were right at the entrance, so there was like we had to go all the way around to get there. Only issue, the elevator in the convention center that would take us from where the Sky Bridge brought us down didn't work. And so we had to unpack this. So we had to do all of it to get across the Sky Bridge. And then we had to unpack the utility carts, take them down the escalator, take the utility cart down the escalator, re-put everything back in, and then go all the way around. And we did that like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It was
insane.
It was a lot.
Keep in mind, guys, they did that 3 or 4 times
back and
per
forth.
Person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an endeavor and a half, and I feel so bad because there's just so much stuff in wordplay.
It's not your fault. It's the
I don't feel bad in the instance of like I feel like I should take blame because I know I didn't break the elevator. I feel bad in the instance of like that's just so much physical labor.
It happened for the plot. Truly
happened for the plot. Oh Jesus.
Our booth setup in teardown is, from what I hear, the best it had been from any Gen Con. And so I think, the universe just had to throw us a little plot twist right at the end. It couldn't be that smooth, There had to be something.
One of the really nice things about this Gen Con in particular was we were put at a front-facing... What's the specific... description Alan Kender used? It's a front-facing end cap.
Yes.
So we had a very nice spot. We were right next to the people who make Dungeon Call Classics. We were just a couple booths down from Paizo, who make Pathfinder and Starfinder. We were, like I said, just a couple aisles over from Mistborn. So we were in really good company. It was really nice to be surrounded by other tabletop publishers. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the actual like setup, we thankfully had a very, very fast year this year compared to previous years.
Yeah, which hopefully we just get a little better every time.
Absolutely,
we get a little better and hopefully a little bigger every time, because I know you've got plans for expanding org play, and I've got plans on making VIP play better. This was my first year doing it. We have some stumbles. We had some issues, but you know what? Next year, We're gonna buff that out. We're gonna buff that out. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it bigger, better every year. So I'm excited for that, and I hope you all are as well. It was, again, like, there were so many of you that we got to see there, and it's so cool being able to see how passionate you all are, how excited you all are, how many people came to the booth, being just like looking, and we're like, hey, can we help you? And they're like, well, I've already got all these books. I kickstarted all of these. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what you already know the deal. You're just here. And it's like they were just there to be excited about this thing that, like, they love so much, that you all love so much. And it was just super cool. It was just super cool to see. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's my I think I just dumped out all of the energy I had for the day.
Yeah. One thing I will say, guys,
Yeah.
is if we could get a round of applause in the chat for Kendo. Um, this first year at Gen Con, my first year at Gen Con did not go as well as his did. Let me tell you, there was when he talks about like some bumps in the road, there was some bumps in the road for my first Gen Con. So to see Kendo actually come in and just take it in stride and really adapt on the fly, it was super cool. Also, the amazingness with the panels. These are some of the most well received panels we've ever done in Kobold. So just hats off to Kendo. I want to throw that. I want to glaze you for a second. Throw some hype your way.
I appreciate it. I don't know. This Kobold Press has been instrumental in my exploration of, like, tabletop games in general. Me being a game master, and so the fact that I'm lucky enough to be able to work here and help hype up Kobold Press and, like, be able to, I mean, platform, like, diverse and amazing creators at, like, our panels, and, like, be able to, like, do panels that, like, people got to, like, that wasn't just another group of, like, people being like, hey, here's this thing that we did, ask us question. Like, I'm glad that people got something out of the panels that they could take to their own tables, into their own lives and stuff like that. It's super cool. And you know what? You did, I'm going to glaze you a bit. A round of applause to Zach for org play. From what I hear, was the smoothest it's ever been as far as getting people to their tables, getting people sat down playing games, and, like, bringing, like, the best possible experience that people could have, and then, like, setting up feedback so that we can hear, like, things from all of you so we can keep getting better. Like, Zach was on it, and I hope that the 300 games, right, that we ran is, like, that's all you, dog. And all of the experience that all those people got, and the joy and the fun that was brought into their lives, that's you, buddy. That's all you. I mean, also all of our talented GMs as well. But you helped.
Yes, all 86 of them.
You assembled the Avengers, the 86. Shout out to all of our not VIP. Well, our VIP GMs, but also you all, the organized play GMs. You all helped make those 300 games possible, and we know that it was good. They came to the booth and told us it was good over and over and over and over and over again. You all did amazing over in org play. So
thank you, Kendo. I really appreciate it. It's only up from here.
It's only up from here. It's only up from here. So with that, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all of you who stopped by GenCon. Stopped by at GenCon. Thank you for all of you who ran games. Thank you for all of you who played games. Thank you for all of you for being here, just in general, celebrating what I genuinely believe is one of the best ttrpg communities going on right now. So hats off to all of you. Thank you all so much for making all the love work, blood, sweat, and tears worth it, So with that, we'll see you next week on Kobold Chats. We kobolds, we gotta rest. We gotta rest our bodies and our minds. So we'll see you next week. And don't forget to go out, eat enough food, drink enough water, get enough sleep, and take care of yourself. Because self-care is very important, especially in the time we're living in right now. And don't forget to love yourself and everyone around you. We see y'all next week. Bye.